Using Autodesk Inventor Professional 2013 and creating an end table. So in this tutorial we're going to use Autodesk Inventor to start creating parts of an end table. So in this part here is simply to get you going. So when it first starts up, you're going to have this welcome screen, and I always get rid of it. So you go display at startup, you uncheck it, and you hit close. Okay, so now here's our user interface. Things are pretty generic. You have your toolbars up top here, you have your drop downs and stuff. This is my browser section, which we'll see in a minute. But basically when you start, you're always going to go to new. From new, you're always going to start with a standard part. So there's parts, assemblies, drawings, and presentations. So we're going to start with a standard part. And when we do this, the ribbon opens up and everything is kind of sitting here. So here's your model tree or your browser. Okay, this is your workspace. These are your different toolbars and things. Now, sometimes things disappear, so I'm going to show you right away. You go to View, from View, User Interface, and I can get rid of that view cube up in the corner, the navigation bar, the browser. Sometimes you get rid of the status bar at the bottom. So just make sure that these are all turned on. And again, usually it starts here. You go to View and then User Interface. So from here, we're going to create our first sketch. So we go create first sketch, and this is our sketch plane. So this is going to be our top, our front, and our side. So we're going to start with the top plane, and when you click on it, it goes into the sketch mode, and up here you can see it's sketch, and all the tools have changed now. So we're going to draw a simple rectangle. So drop down here, grab a 2-point center rectangle. You can see if you go in here, I can't zoom into it because if I try it won't actually do anything, but you can see it clicks to green. Okay, and there's my origin of 0, 0. So we're going to start on our origin. I simply left mouse click and then drag and create my square. Immediately I dimension it. So I'll put my dimensions on, and I'm going to dimension this like it's a leg of a table. So 1.5. Just take a 2-inch piece of wood and plane it, joint it, plane it, and it'll end up being 1.5. Okay, so there's my leg. And that's all I'm going to do for this. I'm going to go finish sketch. So now what happens is I have my sketch. Over here you can see it says sketch. Okay, and that's my first sketch. I can zoom in with my mouse button, so I'm scrolling in and out with the scroll button. I hold my left mouse button down and nothing happens. I hold my right mouse button down, nothing happens other than that. But if I hold the shift key down and the mouse button, I can then, the center scroll button, I can then spin it around, and if I get lost, this view cube, I can just hit home. Okay, so there's my sketch. The next thing I'm going to do is go to Extrude. Okay, so I hit Extrude, and it just automatically extrudes this one part because there's only one part. Now, here's where this is going to be a bit tricky. There's different things I can do in here, but for this particular tutorial, what I want to do is I'm going to reverse the direction, and you'll understand later on. So I'm going to reverse the direction down, so this is the plane I'm working on, and I'm going to go down direction, and I'm going to make this a total of, I don't know, let's say 18 inches. Okay, so it's going to be an end table. So we just do that, and I can zoom out and you can see where I'm at. So there's my leg now, and then I'm just going to hit finish. So that's all we're going to do in this part of the tutorial. Okay, now if I want to edit this, okay, I can come into here and you can see extrusion 1. It's probably a good idea to click on it once more and go leg, just to start naming stuff. Okay, so that's my leg, and then within my leg there's my sketch. So if I want it to be 1 3/4, I could double click my sketch. I could zoom into this, double click and go 1.75, hit OK, and then change this one to 1.75, hit OK, and when I hit finish sketch, what will happen is it will automatically change. Okay, now if you're not sure if it actually changed, I can zoom in a bit, go inspect, go distance, and I can grab this line and go, yep, it's 1.75, and again I can go inspect and I can grab this line, oops, try distance, and there it says 18 already. Okay, so that's basically creating a very simple part. So that's my first part, that's my leg, and we want to save it. So we can go up to save right here, or from the application menu we can come down and go save as, okay, or save. So I'm going to go save and end table. So what I've done is I've already got Inventor, I've got a thing called end table, and in here I'm just going to write over top of my leg and hit save. And do I want to replace it? Yes, I did. Okay, so there you go. There's the first tutorial on how to create a leg and the introduction into Inventor.